If you're having trouble leaving a lasting effect on women, you might want to look into some hidden habits that are holding you back. Hi, and welcome to our site. In this video, we'll talk about 10 things like self-doubt and bad habits that women see as signs of weakness. If you want to change your mind and relationships, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on alerts. You'll learn what to stop doing right away to boost your confidence and get respect. Stay tuned for more tips to help you become your best self. Being too available is the first thing you need to stop doing. Picture this: you're always the first one to text. You say yes to everything, you're always chasing people, and you're always available. What message does that send? It sounds like you don't have a life of your own, which is often the fastest way to lose her attention. Men with their own rhythm and passions who aren't always available when they need them naturally captivate women. Unpredictability and mystery aren't just trendy words, they're important ingredients in the recipe of attraction. Take a moment to think about it. If she knows you're always ready, where's the stress and challenge? Between excitement and doubt is a wonderful place for attraction to grow. If you don't give her any reason to wonder what you're doing, to wonder if you're thinking about her, or even to miss you, then you're basically killing the spark that keeps her interested. It's important to remember that no one enjoys receiving things without effort. Do you remember the last time you said no to something more important than playing games, your goals, hobbies, or even yourself? If the answer is never or almost never, it's time for a big change. It's not just about building mystery, it's about showing that you have value, purpose, and drive. Women respect a man who values himself enough to put his dreams and goals first. Strangely, when you prioritize building your own foundation over pleasing her, you become magnetic. Remember that being unavailable isn't about manipulating her. It's about showing her that you're a man with a life, a man she can admire, and a man she wants to be a part of, not the man whose only goal is to win her over at first mistake. Talking about your personal issues. This may sound strange coming up so soon, but bear with me. When you talk about your personal problems too soon, it can make you look less attractive to women. Don't get me wrong. Being vulnerable is important, and it's not about being an emotionless robot. But timing is everything, especially when you're first dating or getting to know someone romantically. Imagine that she's just getting to know you and trying to figure out what kind of man you are. If you start dumping all your emotional baggage on her right away, it can come off as overwhelming or even unstable. Women naturally like men who are strong and can deal with life's problems with a calm sense of purpose. Instead of being perfect or holding your feelings in, show emotional control and balance. If you show your weaknesses too soon, she might feel like she has to be your emotional caregiver instead of enjoying the exciting and mutually uplifting relationship. Instead of focusing on the dynamic that an early romance should be about, you risk pushing her away and making her question if you're ready for a healthy, balanced relationship. That doesn't mean you should hide your feelings or never talk about them. The women like men. When and how you share your feelings is important. A man who is emotionally stable and confident deals with life's ups and downs with grace by working through his problems in a healthy way before turning to someone else for help. You're stable, strong, and ready to share a healthy connection, not just your insecurities, if you can handle your emotions. Save the deeper conversations for later. Opening up naturally builds trust and emotional closeness rather than creating unnecessary tension or doubt. In order to get a woman to like you, pretend you like a woman who doesn't like you. You decide to convince her that you're the perfect man for her by listing all your best qualities, explaining why you'd make a wonderful partner, and subtly, or not so subtly, pointing out all the ways you're better than others. Unfortunately, this behavior pushes her away because attraction isn't negotiated. It's natural for a woman to feel drawn to you. Showing how strong you are or how valuable you are makes you look weak and desperate instead of confident. Self-assurance and age. It makes you look needy and too reliant on her approval, which is what women like about guys. People who are sure of themselves know that not everyone they're interested in will feel the same way. When a man fully embraces his self-worth, he doesn't need to beg for attention or chase someone who isn't interested. Important men look for women who want to be in their lives naturally. They know that real desire isn't forced. A strong, confident man knows that if a woman really wants him, she will show it naturally. There's no need for pleading or persuasion. If she doesn't, the smartest thing to do is to move on gracefully. Instead of wasting time and energy trying to change her mind, put that energy into improving yourself. When you focus on improving yourself, whether it's physically, emotionally, or intellectually, you naturally attract the right people into your life, including women who want you just the way you are. Remember that confidence is magnetic. In the eyes of every woman, a man who is strong enough to turn down a woman who isn't interested in him stands higher. It's not about who you please, but how you act. 4 things that women see as weak about you. High-value men already know this, and now you do too. Being overly emotional and reactive. When a man loses control of his emotions, it not only demonstrates his immaturity, but also raises immediate concerns for a woman. Imagine this. A man gets angry because she takes too long to answer a text message or because she changed plans without telling him first. It seems like these responses are impulsive, overly sensitive, and, to be honest, draining to be around. No woman wants to be with someone who can't handle small problems without making a big deal out of them. Women are naturally drawn to men. Men who exude calm and confidence, especially in difficult moments, naturally attract women. Despite the inevitable ups and downs in life, a man's handling of these challenges reveals his emotional stability, maturity, and strength. Conversely, excessively reactive behavior signals insecurity, and no amount of charm can compensate for it. If you find yourself frequently losing patience or reacting impulsively to situations, don't worry, it's something you can work on. The key is to focus on building emotional intelligence and self-discipline. These are traits of a strong, dependable man who is not easily shaken. Women notice that a man has mastered his emotions. It makes him someone they can trust, admire, and ultimately stay attracted to. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means handling them with grace and control. When you can face life's challenges with resilience and confidence, you'll not only elevate your image in a woman's eyes, but also grow into the best version of yourself. Remember, strength isn't about having zero feelings, it's about knowing how to manage them. Having the 5th trait makes you look weak to women. You're not the only one who has ever felt like something was missing in their life because they weren't with a woman. Many men mistakenly believe that they require a relationship to feel complete, yet this mindset can only hinder their progress. Society constantly promotes the idea that a man's success depends on having a woman in his life. It's romanticized in movies, songs, and other places. But here's the truth. True success and fulfillment don't come from someone else. They come from within you. If you're relying on a relationship to fill an emotional void, you'll never be truly happy. No relationship, no matter how perfect, can fix what's incomplete inside of you. Finding your purpose and focusing on your mission is the key to becoming a man who is deeply respected, desired, and sought after. Grow, evolve, become the best version of yourself. When you're focused on creating a life you love, something magical happens. You'll discover that happiness isn't found in another person. It's something you radiate from within. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop chasing validation and desperately searching for someone to complete you women will naturally be drawn to you. They won't see you as weak or needy because you're already complete, confident, and self-assured. A man who knows his worth and builds his life around his passions is irresistibly attractive. Eliminate this behavior. Now stop believing that a relationship holds the key to your happiness. Instead, build a life so fulfilling that it enhances every connection, not defines it. Remember, you're the author of your own story. Make it worth living, and the right people will want to be part of the journey. Gentlemen. Sixth, smart men don't put women on a pedestal. If you do this, you're setting yourself up to fail because you lose respect from both her and yourself. A man who doesn't know his own worth comes across as insecure. It doesn't matter how beautiful, smart, or extraordinary a woman is, she can't really respect a man who doesn't respect himself. Respect is the basis of attraction, and this dynamic broke it right away. Here's the truth. Admiration is great, but worship makes you less valuable. Respecting someone for who they are is different from putting them on a platform that you can never reach. Respect her, admire her, but never put yourself below her. A guy who is sure of himself knows that a strong relationship is based on equality, not hierarchy. Guys who are highly valued don't try to prove their worth by constantly complimenting women or acting like they're their servants. Instead, they know that their worth isn't based on what other people think of them. They are secure, confident, and grounded. These qualities make you stand out as someone worth admiring and cherishing, strong when paired with self-respect. Treat her like the wonderful person she is, but never forget what you bring to the table. Amazing value and trust are the most important factors that define a true high-value man, gentlemen. Being afraid to lose her attention is the seventh thing that women see as weak. Pay close attention to this one because it's crucial when your actions come from fear, whether it's the fear of saying something she might not like, the fear of setting limits, or the fear of losing her interest. You send a message of insecurity without meaning to, and let me tell you something, insecurity is the fastest way to lose a connection. To a woman, fear in a relationship is a quiet sign that the man is weak. One thing that really sets a confident man apart from one who struggles is their attitude. A confident man knows his own worth. He knows that if one woman leaves, it's not the end of his story. It's just the start of a new one. He doesn't lose himself in desperation. He doesn't cling, beg, or try to manipulate the situation to keep her in his life. Instead, he stays true to himself and keeps moving forward, sure that the right person will always match his purpose, energy, and life. Women are very intuitive, and they can tell when your actions are motivated by fear. Whether it's a small hiccup in how you talk to her or a strong desire to please her, she can tell. And when fear takes over your interactions with her, her attraction starts to fade. You don't want to be the guy who hides who he is just to keep her around because she'll sense that too and lose respect. Being cold or distant doesn't matter as long as you know your life has meaning with or without her. A man who has faith in himself, his future, and an unwavering sense of self-worth becomes irresistible, and guess what? That confidence in your independence is what keeps her interested and drawn to you in the long run. Remember that true love isn't born out of fear, it's built on mutual respect and unwavering strength. The eighth thing that makes you weak in the eyes of women is a smart and sure of himself man will never put up with disrespect from a woman, no matter how small or subtle it may seem. Disrespect can come in many forms, little tests, insults, jokes that go too far, or even a lack of appreciation or effort in return can be detrimental. Here's the truth. If a woman doesn't respect you from the start, don't think you can change her mind. Try to teach someone how to respect you. It's frustrating and disappointing. Men sometimes tolerate bad behavior in hopes that the woman will realize their worth and value them more. Unfortunately, this rarely occurs. When you allow someone to treat you poorly, even if it's just once, You're inadvertently signaling to them that it's acceptable. Once this boundary is crossed, it can be challenging for women to regain the respect they once lost. You should respect a man who puts himself first. It's important to have self-respect if you want to be seen as confident, attractive, and desirable. Trust me, no one wants or admires something that's too easy to get. Don't disregard your intuition when something doesn't feel right. Don't try to justify unacceptable behavior by saying this doesn't work for me and really mean it. By holding yourself to high standards, you not only protect your self-worth, but you also become irresistibly attractive. Women are naturally attracted to men who respect themselves because it shows that they are strong, confident, and mature, which are the traits that really capture her attention. If you want to build respect and a deeper relationship with your partner, start by setting limits and recognizing your own worth. Changing your personality, beliefs, or decisions just to fit in with hers is the 9th thing that women will see as weak. Though it's easy to fall into this trap, you're losing a part of yourself and eroding your authenticity, which makes you attractive. For example, if you've always disliked a certain genre of music like heavy metal, but now you're adding it to your playlist because she's obsessed with it. Or even worse, you let her treat you badly because you're afraid of making waves or losing her attention. This behavior doesn't earn you her respect. It only shows that you don't have a strong sense of who you are, which is the exact opposite of what really wins a woman's heart. Women are naturally drawn to men with strong values, who stand by their beliefs and are sure of who they are. It's normal and healthy to adapt and make reasonable compromises in a relationship, but there's a clear line between doing so for harmony and giving up your core values out of fear of rejection. If you give up who you are, you will only hurt yourself. You're not increasing the bond by making her happy. You're weakening it. You're the right woman for her. Will love you for your flaws, quirks, and, most importantly, your strength to stand strong in your truth. Be a man who is deeply rooted in who he is, and trust me, that's what will truly make you irresistible. If you stay true to yourself, she'll respect and fall for you in the long run. The 10th thing that can make you less attractive to a woman is becoming emotionally dependent on her for your happiness. This is a fatal mistake that many men make. They get into a relationship with excitement and then start to abandon their own lives. Friends are forgotten, hobbies are abandoned, and personal goals are pushed to the side. All of their time and energy is focused on their partner. This may seem romantic, but it's dependence, and most people don't want to admit it. Dependence kills attraction by erasing all the things that make you excited, intrigued, and confident. Women naturally like men who live fulfilling, passionate, and independent lives, but if you give her your happiness and make her the only reason you exist, the pressure builds and the spark fades over time. This dynamic creates resentment and eventually leads to disinterest. Being whole on your own is the simple yet profound solution. Cultivate a life that is meaningful and joyful before she comes along, whether it's pursuing your dreams, exploring your passions, or making deep friendships. Build a foundation that will support you no matter what romantic situations come up. If you're content with your identity and sense of completeness, a relationship serves as the perfect addition to an already abundant and fulfilling life. And even if that chapter ends, your story will still be strong and full. Remember that it's not about needing someone to complete you. It's about being your best self and sharing it with someone special. That's the kind of strength and stability that keeps attraction alive and thriving.